Welcome to another exciting edition of the Premier League Zone. My name is Anthony Ajulu, and this is your number one family radio station, Inspiration 92.3 FM. It's a beautiful Thursday morning.
It's a great day
in the neighborhood, and we're here to bring you the best from the English Premier League. We saw some interesting matches last night. Sadly, it's the end of the road for the English team in the Champions League, not in Europe. In the Champions League, we're doing a post-mortem of what we saw yesterday. Arsenal crashed out, Man City crashed out, and maybe the likes of Liverpool and West Ham will be joining them later today. Maybe Aston Villa will be the sole English team flying the flag of the league in Europe. We'll be talking about all of that on the show today. It's a Thursday, and we dedicate this day to FPL. Like you know, how was your weekend? Was it good for you? Who were the players that did it for you last weekend? What changes are you planning to make this coming weekend as well? Just 6 weeks to go to the end of the season. How's it looking for you? Are you going to win IFM Battle Royale, or are you down and out like the guys in the room? Oh, let's just get into it. Let's start at the Allianz Arena. It was Bayern Munich 1, Arsenal 0, buddy. Joshua Kimmich with the goal for Bayern Munich in that one. And like I was discussing with Triple O this morning, over two legs, Bayern never looked like they were in danger. They never looked frazzled. They never looked stressed. They never looked threatened. And there was never a time where they were not in control of the game. Yes, even though Arsenal had chances and all of that, it just looked like Bayern had them where they wanted them, and they would always go on to win it. And that's what happened at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was just the golfing experience, basically. And for Arsenal, I did say yesterday on the show that they need, to show a bit more courage than we saw in the first leg. And the fact that Bayern knew the longer the game went on, the more difficult it looked for Arsenal to even, get a goal in that action yesterday. And like you did say, Bayern were just so comfortable. And once Kimmich got that goal, it even made it more difficult for Arsenal. But overall, hopefully the Arsenal players would have learned one or two things on how to manage a game. Even the manager himself, Mikel Arteta, would have learned one or two things as well. Over two legs, Arsenal didn't just show enough, and I think they blew it in the first leg because they had a perfect chance to have, gotten a very, very good result in that first leg action. They didn't do it, and the second leg was just more like a formality for Bayern, who just knew a goal will all but kill off this game, and that was what they did exactly.
But Triple O, beyond what the manager did or didn't do yesterday, some of the players as well have to put their hands up and say, we could have done better. I thought Odegaard could have done better. He was decent in the first leg, it must be said. Yesterday though, Martinelli, same thing. Saka yesterday, poor as well. So some of these players also have to take responsibility for Arsenal's defeat.
Yes, the likes of Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, just like you mentioned. And for me, I think it goes beyond the players as well. I think you have to also put some of this blame on the table of the coach of Arsenal. And I still don't know why Smith Rowe has not been trusted in this Arsenal team. Last season, he delivered goals for them. Gabriel Jesus, yes, is a ball playing forward. He can be everything you want him to be aside a goal scoring player. You should have. That game was yearning for a certain. What's his name now? The Arsenal attacker, 𝐻𝐿, I beg your pardon. The game was yearning for him, and at some point you expect that Arsenal will change their approach. They kept going to the flanks, left and right. Martinelli this time, Saka the other time, where they could have switched things a little bit, put crosses in the box, and wait for that striker that will always be present to connect to it. In the end, they have to take the blame. They never reach. It takes years of failure. That's how the Champions League is designed. You look at all of these clubs. I mean, Paris Saint-Germain are even ahead of Arsenal in the pecking order. They've had teams. They've been there. They've lost. They've competed. They've made mistakes. The Arsenal will still make many more mistakes. All right. Consistent, if they can qualify for the Champions League season in season out before they can now say they want to win the Champions League.
Nicholas, what would this mean? Because a lot of the talk has been, they're out of Europe, they can focus on the league. What would this mean for their league title ambitions? Can they actually really focus, or do we expect a trickle-down effect, a capitulation, so to speak, as the season comes to an end?
Well, that's the more reason why Arteta said, they need hugs and love, because I mean, at this point in time, despite the loss against Bayern Munich, I think the only focus now is the EPL, and this is what they've been yearning for. This is what they've been dreaming about. I mean, for the past how many years they've not had their hands on that particular trophy. So I mean, if the guys they need to understand something. Look, they are out of the Champions League, but there's something to fight for. There's still a season they can actually turn around and make something out of it. I think these are the words that Arteta will be sharing with the guys, and I think some motivational words can actually spark them back into life
with love and support.
Yeah, with love and support, like you said. But then again, you can't take anything away from the guy. I think they tried their best, but then again, just like Buddy said, exposure, experience. This is where it comes into play.
All right.
I never saw them going through against Bayern Munich. So
very quickly,
it was
if Arsenal are unable to get back on track following the loss from these last 3 games that they've played,
winless in their last 3, lost 2.
If they are unable to bounce back, then they've not earned the right to be called the top club that they think they are.
They take on Wolves
Anthony,
this weekend.
quickly,
Very quickly.
but no, it's just all about their fans. Their fans are actually making it difficult for anybody to actually give them credit for what they have done. I mean, the goals that they have. Talking to clubs that have won the Champions League, Premier League, and they think they can just talk to them anyhow. It's the fans. It's less annoying.
Let's take calls and messages.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.